Welcome everyone, thank you so much for joining in. So guys, before I dive into the content, I want to thank each and every one of you for showing interest in joining the crypto portrait community. I've received all the messages and I'll be sending you the invitation link very soon, I guess within this week. So don't worry if you haven't received any reply from me yet, because I have tons of people willing to join the community. So I hope you guys would show some more patience. And also guys, please follow the instruction properly. You have to use my ref link, doesn't matter, Bybit. I will also include the Femex if you are using Femex, and deposit 0.03 Bitcoin and send me your UID. And that's it guys. You can find all the information in the description down below. So now let's start this rapid fire analysis. If we look at the price action of Bitcoin and look at this current scenario where we are, this is actually a very interesting scenario. Why? Because you can see here this price level of 10,800 actually acted as a very strong support. Look at this here. When the price was around this 10,800, we found a really nice support, but now the same support line is acting as a resistance, and you can see the price rejection, this weak rejection here to the upside, this weak rejection to the upside is indicating right now that hey, this previous support line is now a very strong resistance line. And you can see here this scenario, look at this price target to the upside, right? For example, look at this trend line here. Okay guys, you will also notice this trend line was a very strong support here around this 11,200 level, but when the price actually fell below it, you can see the same support line acted as a resistance, and after that we got a reversal to the downside. And now just look at this area. This is a pretty similar scenario. This trend line acted as a very strong support when the price was around this 10,800 area, and now when the price has clearly broken below it, it is acting as a resistance, and we are getting this weak rejection here, and also we are getting another weak rejection here, just like with this price scenario. You can see here when the price came below this area, we tried to break above it, we failed, and then we had this price correction, and now we are seeing a similar move. And if you can look at this, this is also pointing out that maybe this is making a really nice double top scenario, and double top is a bearish scenario. And you can also see this here particular price structure guys in a bit different manner, because you can see here this price here and look at this structure. Okay, so let me make this bit clear for you guys. This right now where we are is actually forming a really nice pennant, and if you look at this scenario, and this pennant is actually indicating hey, if the price wants to break to the upside, we have to clearly break out of this bullish pennant scenario and then make a possible move like this, because this trend line here around this 10,800 is a very strong resistance line. So that's why this bullish pennant could actually pan out to be a move in this manner. Why? Because you can see here this to the upside is a very strong resistance, but now since the price is clearly making these smaller candles at this area, that is actually showing us the uncertainty, right? People are getting confused around this area because you can see this weak rejection, and this is also pointing out that hey, if the price fails to hold its ground around this rising trend line from this bullish pennant guys, then we might see a leg down scenario, just like with the double top pattern, right? So it's always good to see or look into price action in both way. So if the upper line of this trend line gets broken and price also closes above it, above this 10,800, then that's a bullish scenario guys. Then we are looking at this target of 11,100 to 11,200. Otherwise looking things at this current scenario, this is pointing out that we might see a leg to the downside. So in this case, I'll be looking around this 10,400 price level, and also if it's going to continue lower, this area of 10,200 is also a target area for us right now, looking at this in a bit different way. We also have this chart here guys, and this chart, this price action is in a daily time frame of Bitcoin, and you can see here this Fibonacci retracement level, this Fibonacci retracement level, and also this Fibonacci retracement level. I showed you in my previous video what I actually wanted to pinpoint with this Fibonacci retracement level. This Fibonacci from this swing high to this swing low failed after reaching the Fibonacci golden pocket level of 0.618. right? And after that we saw this price correction, price clearly failed to break above it, and at that time we also had this upper line of this symmetrical triangle acting as a very strong resistance here, right? Exactly at that area you can see here, along with this 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level. And now if we go to the downside, you will also see from this swing high to this swing low, this price also fell exactly after reaching this Fibonacci golden pocket level here, right? You can see here. And after that, we saw price correction, and this actually indicated, hey, this 0.618 is a very important price target level, this golden pocket level, I mean. So you can see again, guys, from this swing high to this swing low area, price also fell exactly after reaching this golden pocket level of 0.618. And you can see after that, what can we expect? Because here we saw a reversal. Here price failed to break, we saw a reversal. But now where we are, this is a very interesting scenario, because I showed you with the previous example what are the possibilities. But looking here with the help of this Fibonacci retracement level, this golden pocket level of 0.618, this is pointing out also to be a rejection area. So after that, this could actually bring some more downward movement, right? Because you can see here, this here panned out really well. Also here, after reaching the golden pocket, we saw directly this weak rejection here and weak rejection here. And also to the upside, you can see after reaching this golden pocket, we saw this big weak rejection after then a correction. So now if you look at this in a whole, this in a symmetrical triangle, this symmetrical triangle is also playing a very important role, because this here, the price after reaching the lower line area did found a really strong support here, right? So right now, looking at this scenario, if the price wants to continue forward, I mean in continue in this manner, forming this really nice symmetrical triangle and getting a possible breakout, I am actually expecting a big breakout, guys, to be honest. But right now, this is not the time for a breakout scenario, because I'm expecting some more like sideways movement in a bigger scale. The price will be like bouncing back and forth around this 12,500 to 10,000 price level. So this sideways market is what I'm actually expecting inside this symmetrical triangle. So this here is one very important scenario unfolding right now for Bitcoin. And also, if you look at this scenario, you know, I have already showed you guys how you can pinpoint some reversal scenario. I showed you guys with this particular example, price moving in this manner, breaking down from this lower line of this rising channel, coming back to re-enter, failing, and then boom. This price action actually unfolded pretty well. But if you look at this current scenario right now, this here is also a similar pattern, guys. You can see price is moving in exact same manner. We broke below this ascending channel. We also failed to hold our ground around this lower line support of this ascending channel. We clearly break to the downside. We came here, and now we are seeing this weak rejection, and this weak rejection here is indicating, hey, be careful, because if the price fails to close above this 10,800, then there might be a pullback. Because this pullback, I'm expecting a slow and steady pullback, right? Not a massive big like dump, but a slow process of price heading to the downside and then finding support around this 10,200 or also like 10,100 area, and possible breakout scenario. Because looking at this is also pointing out to me, hey, this scenario played out really well here. And now looking at this and also seeing this weak rejection here after reaching the lower line area of this SNE channel, if the price fails to close above 10,800 area, there is possibility of price heading to the downside slowly, guys. So as I said, our target would be around this 10,400 and also around this 10,200, and maybe in worst case we can also go lower than 10,000. So in this case, if the trend starts looking very bearish, so for that we are going to look into bigger time frame, I mean weekly time frame. So guys, this here is Bitcoin USD in a weekly time frame. So looking at this price action in a weekly time frame with the help of the descending broadening wedge, the price after reaching the peak before a rejection, right? Because this rejection here, this trend line is a very important line. You can see price has found a rejection also in the previous years, and now we also did found rejection after reaching this 12,400 area, and also to the downside, this support of 10,000 is a very strong support. So what this is actually indicating is maybe the price of Bitcoin might be trapped between this 12,500 to 10,000 support level area. So we might see a more probably a sideways movement in a weekly time frame. And also if you would like to say, hey, what if the price also fails to break the 10,000 price level, right? We said that in the previous example. So in that case guys, I will show you another example here. So if you look at this particular movement here for price action of Bitcoin and look at this structure, right, this price structure, this is pointing us that, hey, inside this area you can also notice this price structure. Let me remove this here. So look at this, guys, right? This ascending channel in a weekly time frame. you can see the support was here, right, along with this lower line area. Support was here along with this lower line area, and rejection was also there. So now the upper line rejection along with this previous key level of resistance line so acted as a resistance. Price had a correction, but now you can see what kind of price action scenario are we actually seeing right now. So if you look at this, let's look at this a bit differently. Okay, so this price movement here, and look at this price structure here. This is clearly showing a really nice higher highs, higher lows continuation pattern in a weekly time frame. So this is pointing out that, hey, if the price of Bitcoin fails to hold this 10,000, this CME gap 9,600 would be nothing. So price could go even lower. So in this case, this 9,000 will be a possible scenario for now. But for now, let's focus on two price movement. First, the support at 10,000 and price closing above the daily candle, closing above the 10,800. So if that happens, then we are expecting a really nice move to the upside. But if the price actually closed below this 10,800 level, that would indicate the trend is still not bullish for now, and we might still see a more probably a sideways movement. So guys, this is what I actually wanted to share with you in today's video, and I'll be sending you the invitation link to my private group within this week. So don't worry if you haven't received any reply from me yet. Okay guys, so by saying this, I'm signing off. My name is Anup. Bye bye guys.